do you reckon that one is, Chad?
I'd say about 2.5 meters, maybe 2 meters. It's a bit hard to tell when they're still in the water like that, but it's definitely could do enough damage to you or I, so wouldn't like to be not cutting them off from a nice view. We'll just pull up here. We'll get some pictures of those horses, and we'll also wait for the sunrise. This is the sunrise cruise, so if I don't show you a sunrise, another theory is back before it was a park, and there was lots of buffalo and cattle here, and they used to wallow in the mud around the banks. It would actually turn that water very brown in a yellowy colour. And then also there's another theory, and that's at the start of the dry season, or wet season, sorry, when all the rain comes, it actually washes all the tannins from the... It's actually really easy to look at the sun here compared to other places you might go. Like, you can actually sort of look at it for a couple of seconds, whereas in different parts of Australia you can't even look at it for a split second. Oh, they're little comb-crested jacanas. So every comb jacana, it's like comb, oh, jacana, J-A-C-A-N-A, jacana. Now, these birds, the Angus, so that sort of shows their mood as well, that comb on their head. So as well as that seagull up there, if we look to about our 1 o'clock, there's the snake-necked darter and that little pied cormorant. Now the little pied cormorant I call the Kakadu penguin, and that's because she looks like a little penguin. Have that white on the front of their body, and then they have the black on the back, so have a little orange beak as well, so it sort of looks like a penguin. They're related to the snake-necked darter. They're like sort of cousins, part of the same family. And if you see on both birds, they sort of have an S-shaped neck. It's more pronounced on the darter than it is on the little cormorant. And that's just so when they're in the water, they can spear stuff with great force. The difference is on the planed one you can sort of see 4 little feathers that sort of go up. If sometimes they do look a bit similar, but you can also see that the plumed whistling duck has the lighter legs and the lighter beak. So yeah, as that sun starts going up, you'll see more and more crocs start coming on top of the water. And once, as I said, that temperature changes and gets higher on land, they'll start coming out. Now, crocs, they're actually big ones, can go for about a year to a year and a half without eating. So yeah, they estimate at the moment in the wild there's around 75 to 100,000 crocs in the Northern Territory, 1 kilometre upstream. And then he also has the Yellow Waters region, so I see some people with their little 3.5 metre boats. Sometimes get a bit rory because this guy's bigger than their boat. If he wanted to, those people wouldn't be in their boat anymore. Actually drag that person out, or animal out, to deep water, and then they start what's called a death roll, which is their brains are only about the size of a walnut, so they're not big, but they've all those years that they've been evolving, it's meant that their brain can stay that big and they can still be very smart. So that's why they only need a brain that sort of big. They've everything else that have now. Also, why their brain is so small is because of the cold blood, and that just helps that their brain won't overheat. If it was too big, it would overheat quite easily if they're sunbaking. So it being small they can actually, they'll open their mouth. And so if you see the crocs with the open mouth on the bank, it can mean a bit of a territorial display, but it also can mean that it's... Yeah, so they can slow their heart rate right down, and that's why they can sort of survive for so long without eating. And also, this one is about 800 meters downstream, yellow waters, and about a kilometer upstream. So it's quite big, this territory. So he'll allow females. Any big males he won't allow. Usually. There's always exceptions in the animal kingdom to these rules, but during mating season, that's when they'll start becoming a lot more aggressive towards the other males. So, alrighty, so on about our 5 and past, and it'll be coming up on our 9 o'clock. You'll see these black and white ducks. I'll put my nose in actually. So they'll be on our 12 o'clock. Those black and white ducks, cold-blooded, so with humans or other mammals that are warm-blooded or other animals that are warm-blooded, what our food does mostly is keep our body temperature in check at 36 degrees. That's around where our body temperature sits. So that's what a lot of our food goes to doing, keeping us, keeping our blood warm. Now, because they use external factors to make their blood warmer or cooler, they don't need that same amount of food. So about if a crocodile's on land and you're on land and you see each other and he comes for you, that you run in a zigzag. I know I heard that a lot growing up. That's actually wrong. You just run in a straight line. If you run in a zigzag, he's going to get you once you zagged and zigged. He's just going to run straight at you. So once you're zigging and zagging, worrying about all that, he's just going to cut you off. So yeah. So we don't always see Big Maxi on all our cruises. So it's always a nice surprise when you do see him. Something's got his interest over there.